Yeah, it's not confirmed. Obviously, I've trained a bit with the team this week, and I've just got to see how I feel tomorrow, and then obviously speak to the coach. There hasn't been any conversation about it. It's just been more or less get back on the training field. Hopefully, I can get through the sessions well, and we'll have that discussion tomorrow.
You know your body pretty well. Would your gut feel be that you're right to come in, even if it's, I guess, off the bench more likely?
Yeah, I think I'm in a position where my body's in the shape where obviously I could potentially make an impact off the bench. But I think with the discussion tomorrow, it'll be more of a I've obviously not had a full pre-season, and I've obviously had previous little injuries, so whether it's the smartest thing to do or just take a little bit extra time. So when I'm back, I'm back 100%.
How frustrating has it been to have little niggling injuries, things that have seemed to have disrupted you pretty regularly in recent times?
Yeah, it's super frustrating because obviously I want to be playing, and sometimes it's also trying to figure out the reason why. I don't think there's really much of an answer. It's just I've been pretty unlucky, and I'm trying to do all the right things, and it just hasn't gone my way. So yeah, it's frustrating. Being injured, physio treatment, and being always doing individual training, and then coming back to pick up something else. It's been annoying. So hopefully, after this one, I can get a bit of a run going and stay healthy.
How big of a carrot is that Saudi Arabia game? I know you've had injuries disrupted your Socceroos in recent times, so you must look and think, geez, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course, every player wants to play for the national team and be there, but I haven't really thought about that at all. My main focus has been just being back on the football field. National team is super important to me, but I've been able to play consistent football, so that's the most important thing.
I spoke with a new coach, Socceroos, about plans for you.
No, I haven't spoken to him. I'm not sure, how much he goes in depth with speaking to his players, and he's only just come in, so I've been unavailable, and I'm pretty sure he's probably got a lot more to worry about than just me. So I haven't thought about it. I've just been trying to get fit.
How do you feel about coming up against PK for the first time since he left?
Yeah, it just adds more fuel to the derby. I think I had 2 good years with PK, and he obviously had his success previously before I came, and he had made a big part of the success in Melbourne City. So yeah, it adds more fuel to the game, and knowing him as a coach and how he prepared us, we know that Victory is going to come out firing really intense and aggressive. So it should match the derby perfectly.
When he was hired, it seemed like a few Victory fans were like, why are they getting a City guy, that sort of thing. Do you think the City-Victory rivalry is at that sort of point where guys are not going to be able to cross over much, or do you think we're sort of mature enough to see that it's a business and people move on?
I think as fans, they always feel betrayed or hurt in a sense. That's just how it is with derbies, and teams come from the same cities. So, but I've seen it a number of times when players or coaches go to the enemy territory, you could say. At first they're a bit wary, or they're not happy about it, but I'm sure PK in the ALeague has done really well with City, and I'm sure he'll bring Victory to a high standard, and they'll be a very good side this season, and then that'll win over the fence.
Do you wish him well at Victory, or do you hope he fails?
Nah, of course I wish him well. Obviously, Saturday, we want to get the 3 points, but PK, not just on the field as my coach, but I still have contact here and there with him. He's been a great guy. First and foremost, he was my coach, but off the field, he had quite a good relationship with a number of players. So, of course, I wish him success for the season, but not for this Saturday.
Has it really back and forth this week, or is it radio silence?
Nah, no contact this week. We don't speak every day or every week, but we just catch up here and there, via text. So I haven't spoken at all.
And with City, how are you guys coming along? How do you think the team is shaping up for this season?
Yeah, I think really good. I think obviously last week was a good start, but it's always going to improve throughout the season. The first game's always a tricky one. you obviously lead up with friendlies, but it's not the same intensity. And to get a result away is massive. And there was obviously a lot of positives in what we've done in the pre-season. But I can only imagine that we're just going to get stronger. So it's obviously a good start, and with a win this weekend, it will continue that. And I think that's super important to have a good start to a season, so that it's not catch up. It's trying to get further away.
What do you make of the people who are saying, "Oh, it's Sydney FC's to lose. They're gonna romp away with the title"? That sort of commentary.
Yeah, look, they're a good side this season. From what I saw, against Western Sydney and the game last night, they look like a really strong side. Obviously, they've got a strong team list with some good players, but I think across the league there's a number of teams this season with a good squad. So they obviously have an expectation just like we do, and I'm sure a number of teams. But we're not scared of what they can bring. I think on our day we can beat anyone.
But just on derbies, I mean, there was days where 30,000-40,000 would rock up to derbies. Now we get a touch over 20. Do you think what can the ALeague do? What can the clubs do to get back to that peak ALeague, I guess?
I think there's a number of things that can be done. Obviously, for us as players, we're weekly doing promos to try get out to local clubs, local communities. What happens behind the scenes, for the club, I'm not too sure exactly how it goes down, but I think there's a number of things that you can do to build the game. I think there's obviously was a peak, let's say years back, but COVID obviously upset that a bit, and probably a few other things. So it's just about I guess sitting down, the people within the club and within the leagues to set up a strategy to find those answers.
Talking to Nick Blue before, he said the standard of the league is as good as ever. Do you feel that? And should there be a real buzz about this derby this weekend?
Yeah, I think I said in another interview that the standard is very underestimated here, and a perfect example is a lot of the foreigners that come over here expect it to be easier than what it actually is. So it's not an easy league to play in. It's all teams are trying to win the game, and there's a lot of entertainment, attacking. Not really no team really parks the bus and turns the game ugly. So in saying that, what makes a league good, obviously if you sit on the TV and you watch and you see behind in the stands and no one's sitting there, then it just automatically makes the quality look less. So that's the aim, to try to get that atmosphere back, because even that atmosphere makes the game look like the players step up and maybe a couple % better quality, and that will make it seem like a better league. But yeah, it's definitely better than what people think.
Do you see yourself finishing your career here, or do you still have overseas aspirations?
Yeah, I think most likely I'll probably finish here. I'm obviously 33 now. I've just re-signed here at City, and I don't really haven't thought about that at all. But obviously it's going to come to an end one day. When that will be, I don't know. But at this stage, I'm happy here, and if I was to finish my career at City, I'll walk away happy.
Just the derby generally, what sort of buzz, why should people come along if they're sort of on the fence about getting you, especially about these games?
From what I understand, the crowd this weekend's going to be pretty good, 20, 25. So obviously unable to experience that every week, unfortunately. So if you really want to experience a good game of football, no better than a derby. There'll be a real intensity in the game, and should be a good atmosphere as well, with both spectators and fans for both clubs. So that's what I'd say.